I thought I'd hit something off for a minute, but hey, howdy, howdy. Uh, okay, following on. Oh, awesome. Um, don't worry about it, Kai. You do what you need to do, and we'll say some prayers for you and for your grandmother and your aunt. Yeah, Daniel. How did they do a non-invasive uh gallbladder? By the way, my brothers had to have that done, and I might end up having to do that at some point. I don't know. But it depends on how well the other medicine I'm taking works. So I completely can understand with the whole gallbladder thing, and so we'll definitely say prayers for health and a quick recovery for you. Um, and yeah, and I was just talking. I put these are called fairy lights. That's what they're called on Amazon, and I got a pack of two of them for like $8, and they're battery powered. That's the cool thing. So you can take them and put them anywhere. You're not stuck with a wall socket. So like if you do an outdoor thing, they're perfect for that. And because we know that one of the things they did during the Feast of Wagi was put garlands on monuments for loved ones. I was sitting there going garlands, well, because I've got these little things, but they're not really. I need to make them in some different sizes. But in the meantime, I said, well, what have I got? So I said, haha, I'll use the fairy lights. So we're decked out for the Wagi feast. Let me just see where Darren is at. He's supposed to be joining us. Boo? Are you on your way? Okay. Okay. All right. Well then. By the way, hopefully the sound is better because I put the horseshoe back to try and cut out the distortion from the fans. So let me know if it's still sounding wonky or something. Um, and oh, it's too complicated for me. Yeah. I get the cool waters. Well, if you want to wait for that, we got to give him a couple of minutes. Um, so I think everyone's waiting to asperse you with the cool waters, Darren. So
yes, that's the highlight, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, have to wait.
Well, I tell you what, guys. Tell you one thing. I guess a hopeful and optimistic prayer that I have. We got something awesome in the mail. Well, okay, UPS, but um, this is a Yamaha Reface DX keyboard, and I was playing with it while I was on the phone with my younger brother, and he says, "Oh, well, when I moved in, I found a keyboard that's up in the attic now. It's like a 3-foot wide one." And I was like, "Really? Do tell." And so I'm hoping that when it gets a little cooler and it's safe to climb up in an attic and not boil, we find it, and I would love it if what he had is a Yamaha DX7. If you've heard any 80s song, you've probably heard one of those being used. So look that up. There's lots of fun on YouTube with that. But yeah, so that's. Let me see if I can find. Oh goodness. Oh, okay. No. Probably not how the right thing to start a ritual with, but there was something in here that sounded kind of like a choral thing. I was like, hey, that would be really cool to use instead of the bottle, but I don't know. Sound check. So, but yeah, so that I anticipate making some more music for some shrine videos or something, and we could get really interesting with that. But married, Rob, what I want to do is listen to some of your stuff that you've done and see if I can put some music to it, so we could make something that's more multi-layered and fun. You know, yeah, yeah, and Celery, I'm kind of with you. It's almost like chanting is a different. It's kind of like next door to singing, and yeah, I learned to chant. When I was practicing with my Buddhist neighbors, um, but actual singing, I don't know, and I don't have auto tune, and I don't want to end up sounding like everything else that's auto tuned these days. So, but we did get a prayer request tonight. Mark Duke, who's on the Facebook group, lost a friend last year, and he was pagan and honored Anubis. And since Anubis is, part of the Wagi feast, we, he asked us to remember his friend. And the first anniversary of my best friend from high school's passing will be next week. And of course, Nichelle Nichols, better known as Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, passed away over the weekend, and so we want to remember her too. But, oh, cool! Yeah. Next thing that sounds really cool. Incidentally, there's a really nifty song that's on YouTube. I think I even put it in like a music playlist. They made a video for it that's supposed to, and called it a hymn to Isis, but somebody said no, it's actually a song that was I think it was in Persian, and it was something else entirely. But they turned it into they used the video to make it something else. But the song is really cool to listen to, so it's in my music playlist. So, an oracle, yay! Okay. Well, Kai, if you're wanting to go vegetarian, I would suggest looking up exploring Indian food, because Indian is very vegetarian friendly. So, me, I've kind of had to give up milk and a lot of milk products, and pretty much the milk that we offer is about as much as I'll drink, at a time now. So that's what I've had to do for, better health. But which is kind of a bummer, because I really like, like a glass of cookies and milk is a nice thing, but not if you don't feel like eating anything else for the rest of the day. So, come on, Darren. Food channel and Discord share recipes. Right. Oh, that's right, the kitty, right? Yeah, and I know we need to do some things and like reorganize some stuff on the Discord. So that I have forgotten it. Just trying to get to. Oh, Precious was a dog. Okay. All right. Well, then we will remember them. Okay. The gang's all here.
Hello, everybody.
So I think we were all waiting on you.
Yes, we've been waiting.
Actually, I want to do things where I layer like physical instruments like this with the keyboard. That'll be fun. I, for one, am looking forward to these cool waters being upon my hands. For they purify me as Tefnut purifies me. Their purity is most refreshing. Hail unto you, Next come unto you without falsehood, without evil. Our purity is
That's
upon our
hot.
hands. Huh?
It's really hot.
No, it's not. Dude. It's room temperature. Purity is upon our hands, purity is within our hearts. We cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Ugh. Maybe it was so cold that it was hot. I don't know. Like I said, it was room temperature. Okay.
One of these days, I'm going to assist you in these ceremonies.
Mhm.
When Yamanu is present, and I will offer him the cool waters.
Oh, we're gonna have to be careful that it doesn't become like a free for all. Okay.
Like spurging.
Yes, there will be. Oh goodness. I would like to use the terracotta lamp, but again, because we have a fan going, I'm gonna have to save that for another time. We need something that can be shielded from the winds. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra between horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world. To everyone who is tuning in, now and in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light. You arise in the Akets Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You sit in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, hail and praise unto you, Osir, Kentiam Entiu, foremost of the Westerners, Anapu, Lord of the Sacred Land, and Djehutet, excellent of wisdom. Hail unto you, O Yunachiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out as Spet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Take these cool waters, which are the inundation. They may cool your hearts. Oyanachiru. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyanachiru, that you may be purified with it, that it may be present on your table on this Wagi feast, sir. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread and your sweets, on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyanachiru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, Ra, Osir, Anapu, Djehutet. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Okay. I believe there's an extra libation of water. Let's see. Okay, we'll save that for when we are pouring the water for our blessed dead. So. Pure is Ra Haraketi in his house. Pure is Osir Kentiamentu within his house. Pure is Anapu upon his mountain and within his house. Pure is Djehutet, Lord of the sacred words within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Djehutet proclaims it. It's written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Haraketi, for Osir, for Anapu, for Djehutet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Haraketi. Come to your body, O Osir. Come to your body, O Anapu, O Djehutet. Come to your bodies, O Oyanachiru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Osir, before Anapu, before Djehutet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them, and all good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Ora Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu, Nekepera, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And for our blessed dead, yes, including Precious, who is with Anubis now. He served Anubis by loving on his humans in life. I'm saying, do I have the correct pronoun, his or her? But okay. Now I guess Anubis needs them for other things.
You know, I can tell you,
Hmm.
my puppy's been gone for almost 3 decades.
Mhm.
And I miss her every day. But you know what? It'll be okay to get another one. If you ask, they'll pick it out for you, I promise.
Yeah.
That much I know.
Mhm. All right. This is your cold water, oh my father. This is your cold water, oh Osir. Come to your son. Come to Horus. See, I bring it to you, that you may be glad of it. See, I bring the eye of Horus to you, that you may be glad of it. Whatever you tread under your sandals, I will be your guide for you. I will give you water for Wog and Djehutet Feast. Of course, the original spell was meant for with an eye for honoring parents, but we extend that to all of our loved ones. Orkere ta henkets ka kawap de sanitiner kutnebet nafra wabet alket naturim in kawen akut punibu ma kerunibu here natura. A voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true voice before the great god. We come unto you, O Ra, as Djehutet comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased, and your ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act gentility, and compassion, for such is the first Maat. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Maat. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Maat. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Maat. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Maat. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Maat. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Maat. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Maat. May we uphold Maat like Djehutet, we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay, I'm just gonna peek over here at the comments to make sure make sure we don't have any bots or any crazy things like that. Okay. Yeah, I think the rum pit roast buns. I'm really curious about that. Let's see. Wait. Um, Goddess Rosary for a start. I actually have some artwork of a start that I need to finish. Well, actually, it'd be more a Shara, but they kind of bleed into each other. But let's see. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Akira wants us for a fortune and prayer for health and success on finals. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. And flower petals for that. That sounds really awesome. Yeah. I think it'd be. Yeah. The question about the Osiris mysteries. Yes, the Koyak or Osiris mysteries is in the late. Well, yeah. Mid to late fall. For us, it's going to be, right at Halloween, kind of, the between Halloween and the first week of November. Okay. Send a prayer to help me fight my depression. This is Sebeka Kawai. Okay, will do. And we'll start with prayers, for Anubis and for Djehutet, and then for Osiris and anyone else, or hymns, for anyone else that might be requested. So let me stay hydrated here. Hail and praise, O Anupu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Djehutet, ruler of the West, fair son of Osiris, great physician who heals. Your seal is our protection. Crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods, you stand at Osiris' side. You serve the blessed dead. They live because of you. Hail and praise unto you, O Djehutet, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Khemnu, wise one in Yenu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osir, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. A sweet thing is truth indeed, O Djehutet. And as we honor you, we pass on requests for success in finals for our friend Akira. And we ask your blessing for everyone that's starting a new school year now. May it be one filled with learning and discovery, but one safe and under your protection and the protection of Horus, son of Isis. May he protect all children that are going to school.
Regardless of their age.
Yes. And actually, it is also the quarter moon. So we're hitting a lunar observance. Let's see. It's funny. I know I had something for the first quarter. But, well, this is a prayer from the 6th day feast, which is because of the way that the lunar cycle works, because it oscillates a little bit, and sometimes, of course, a lunar month is 28 days. Sometimes it's a little longer. And so there's the Senut is the 6th day feast, which was meant to honor Osiris. And sometimes it would actually coincide with the physical first quarter of the moon, when you'd have a half moon. Other times the half moon will kind of stretch out a little bit, and so it would be more like the 7th day. So you'd have there's a 7th day feast, and so it's just something that and I'm honestly not the calculations and all this stuff on and how that oscillates is that's astronomy that's beyond me. My cousin would probably know, but for our purposes, we'll read and this is I'm borrowing from Circle of the Sun here, and there's a prayer at the beginning. It's from the Book of the Dead, and it's for the 6th day feast. Hail, Osir! Repeated, renewed, and refreshed is your name of Unnefer. Ra is your power. Unti is what you are called. You are in abundance, greatest of the gods, widespread of sweet savor among all who are not ignorant of you. Your war cry is fierce, O swiftest of the Aeneid. You who are stronger, more Ba and more effective than the gods of Upper and Lower Egypt and their powers. And continuing, Osiris and O. Praise to you, Osiris, Lord of. What was? Oh, I just heard something. I was like, oh goodness, what fell? Okay. I want to make it kind of a fun reference, with Osiris and the Jed, the backbone, and everything, keeping upright, but you get the idea. So. Praise to you, Osiris, Lord of eternity, King of the gods, of many names of holy forms, secret rites in temples. This noble Ka at the fore of Jeddu, great also in Sekhem, Lord of praise in Enjeti, foremost of offerings in Yunu, Lord of memory in Mahti, secret Ba, Lord of the cavern, holy in white walls, Ba of Ra of his very body, at rest in Hanes, excellent of praise in the Nari tree which grew to raise his Ba, Lord of the great shrine in Hemnu, great of terror in Shashotep, Lord of eternity, foremost of Abydos, in his distant place of the sacred land. Name that endures in the mouths of the people, primeval one of the two lands, nourisher at the fore of the Aeneid of the gods, potent Akh among the Akhu. Nun has given him his waters. The north wind journeys to him. Dusk brings the south wind to his nose to please his heart. Lord of praise in the southern sky, praised one in the northern sky. The imperishable stars are under his rule, for his abode is among them. And actually, if you were to go outside about, well, here it would be about 5 o'clock in the morning. I know because I've done this a couple of times recently.
This week?
But yeah. We keep really strange hours around here. But actually, the constellation Orion is visible in the eastern sky right now, at the last hour or so before sunup. And Orion is associated with Osiris. And so I think that probably part of the connection with the Djehutet Feast, which is a very old festival. It goes back to the Old Kingdom. Most of the ones that we have, we know about them up to, like the New Kingdom or, maybe the Middle Kingdom, like the Osiris Mysteries. But this is something that's older than that. They were celebrating the Djehutet Feast when they were building the Great Pyramids. And I think that the position of Orion in the night sky had something to do with the timing of the feast. When he reached a certain point, because it's seen as sort of like a jubilee feast for Osiris, and he travels, by boats, to different sacred sites, and that was one of the themes of the feast. And if you think about Orion traveling the waterway, the celestial waterway that is the ecliptic, which is the path that the sun, the moon, the planets, and certain stars like the zodiac all take. Like I said, I think that's my theory. Is it has something to do with that. But okay, and so we have our request for remembrance of loved ones, for health and healing, for everyone that's trying to improve their health. And of course, our divinations. Okay, prayers of thanks to Ra for spiritual growth and helping me become less attached to temporary things. And let's see. Sarcastic did a painting of Osiris in green and purple because the grass grains here turn purple, and it inspired me to paint him with that local twist. That's really cool. Okay, and okay, so sarcastic. Were you in Washington State? I'm trying to remember. Somebody was saying there, and I think the local heliacal rising for Sirius. I can't tell because there's trees that block the horizon where we are right now, but I'm thinking it would have been within the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So now what I am trying to figure out is what deacon we would be at. Because you had obviously Subdued is the first of the deacons, which is a star that would come up, mark another 10-day period. But if I can calibrate it right, I can figure out like what time of year, for us locally would be which deacon, But that's a little more of I guess Kemetic astrology, But yeah. Pray for our 2 elders that have COVID. Will do. Let's see. Parmesan might have that, yeah. Yeah, Washington. Okay, it's kind of Washington. It's there. So yeah, the almanac is really helpful. I use the almanac.com in order to check lunar phases and stuff like that. But, go ahead and tell me if you guys have okay. I see celery's got a cookie icon. So were we going to start with one for everyone?
Of course.
Okay, and then we'll do celery. So this first one. This one is for everyone. So if you're watching, after it's live, then this one will be for you too. Cooking is easy. Doing dishes is the hard part.
We all want the end result. A lot of us don't want to do what it takes to prepare for the next part.
Yeah. Focus on the prep for everything that's I guess festive or whatever. There's a lot of there's an undercurrent of
Right.
hard work, but
Yeah, every festival has a lot of hard work before everybody parties.
and afterwards.
And afterward, I mean,
but that's what's necessary. So I guess the theme is tend to the maintenance so that you can keep enjoying the fun. And so celery was our first request. Okay. Celery. Every person is the creation of themselves, the image of their own thinking and believing.
wow. See it, be it. See it, believe it, be it.
Every person is the creation of themselves, the image of their own thinking and believing. So what you think and believe is what you will become.
Right. What you think about, you bring about.
So don't dwell on negativity because you don't want that to seep into you. And Sarcastic was asking if I'm further west, should I expect it to be before or after? It'll be after mine because remember, it works the same way with time zones, because the time zones are all based on the same thing. So if you're asking about when Sirius or another Deacon star comes up, the further west you go, the further along. Until you hit the international date line, obviously, but the further in time it's going to go. So, what you were saying about it being August 8th or 9th or so for Washington State, that sounds about right. Okay, yeah, and Sarcastic, looks at my dishes. Lord Djehutet, just one day when you don't call me out, please.
Do the dishes.
Oh, there's a bunch of cookies before. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Okay, now I see it. All right. Finish. Okay, because solemn sunrise, a prayer for financial success in my new job, and you know what? Osiris is the one to ask for that. Oh, and I really like that too. I'm going to read that. Celery says, "Hail and praise Nebuchadnezzar. Ease the burdens of those with us tonight. Guide them with gentle hands and your boundless wisdom." That's really nice. Okay, and Sarcastic is talking about first for my kitty. I'm pretty sure it's Prego. Okay. I got her an appointment with the vet. She looks like she's swallowed her football. Yeah. Yeah, sounds okay. All right, and so the cookies list: solemn sun, Daniel. Okay, I'm gonna concentrate on that. So, all right, we ended up getting celery first, but now we'll go backwards. So, solemn sun, and Osir as the lord of civilization, agriculture, and all the foundations on which wealth is built. Please help Solemn Sun as they work to better themselves financially, and give them some advice. Solemn Sun. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it.
Don't waste time trying to explain to everybody what you see. They're not going to.
Okay. Also, I was thinking, some things may be advantages that you don't realize are.
Right. That too.
So, look beyond the surface. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Okay, and so Daniel, and then Steph P. Okay, so Daniel. By the way, Daniel, you were talking about kind of sort of a Canaanite wheel of the year. I've actually found myself thinking I would like to see more wheel of the year stuff based on Middle Eastern, or Near Eastern pantheons, because I'll never forget standing in the sun, and it's like 80 something degrees, and I'm in light clothing and shades, and this is for Mabon, and somebody's reading for this ritual, and the description part that they read talks about frost tinging the goddess's breath, and I'm like, dude, we're not going to see frost until closer to Yule. What are you doing? So obviously it was written for more of like a New England or an English climate, and there are plenty of us that don't have that, or won't have it for long. So that's my that's kind of my opinion on the Wheel of the Year. But Daniel, your fortune says benefit by doing things that others give up on. Benefit by doing things that others give up on. What someone admits as a loss could be your gain. Okay, so Steph P, it's your turn. By the way, thank you for putting that list together. That's very, very helpful. Okay. Get this one open. There we go. Interesting. Steph P. Discriminating mind leads you in the proper direction. Now, what I have to say here is typically when we hear the word discriminating now, we think of prejudice. But discriminating in more of an Eastern sense is deciding between things and choosing what you feel to be the correct thing. And that's going to lead you in the proper direction. So trust your instincts, trust what leads you in a certain way. That will be helpful to you, especially this week. So discriminating mind leads you in the proper direction. Think like discriminating tastes. Okay. Okay, and Alejandro, may I ask for a cookie, please? I'll be joining later. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Sounds definitely sarcastic. Sabaka Cowie. Sarah. Then okay. Celery. We got you. So all right. So sarcastic. No way. Yes, way. Sarcastic. After the dishes, what else I gotta call you out on? There we go. Okay. Sarcastic? Do you want to be a power in the world? Then be yourself. And I'll read it again. Do you want to be a power in the world? Then be yourself. That's pretty direct. You can be lots of things, but it all starts with being yourself. So, Seba Kekaway. Hopefully I've got that right. Seba Kekaway. And yours. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. So whatever it is, yeah, they know you're afraid of it. Face it. Do what needs to be done, and you'll realize you had nothing to be afraid of. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. So, Sebek Ekoe, that's for you. Yep. Trying to keep our crumbs from going everywhere. And I'm trying to keep these kind of in order, so if when somebody missed theirs, we can sort of backtrack it. Okay, Sarah, and then I know there's some more after that. So Sarah. Sarah, beware of little expenses. Small leaks will sink great ships. Beware of little expenses. Small leaks will sink great ships. So mind your money this week. And, especially these days, you got everything in the world is a subscription service. And you can forget that you have a subscription to something. And those things will eat you alive. So might be a good time to check the books and, keep track of where everything's going. Small leaks will sink great ships. Alejandro, Kai, and Akira. Okay, Anthony Jackson. Oh, okay, yeah, because well, now I know who you are on Facebook, but okay, cool. Hmm. Excuse me. Okay, so Alejandro, Kai Sobek, Akira, and Caleb. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, cool. And I'll be looking for that. Let's see. Yeah, Alejandro, Kai Sobek. Okay. Okay, Alejandro, do not seek so much to find the answer as much as to understand the question better. This sounds like a Djehutet sort of answer. Do not seek to so much to find the answer as much as to understand the question better. Because if you don't understand the question properly, you won't be able to give the right answer. So, seek to understand the question better. Okay, and Kai Sobek. Okay, Kai Sobek. Care and attention to the key relationships in your life will pay off. Care and attention to the key relationships in your life will pay off. So, those people that are important in your life, invest time in them. It will be worth it. And so, like that aunt and that grandmother that you spend time with them, because you'll be glad that you did. Okay, and I think it was yeah, Akira and then Caleb. Oh wow, Akira, it looks like you got two. And I'm gonna send a prayer on Akira's behalf because I know she's in Central Texas, and they are, they're baking every bit as bad, if not worse, than we are right now. So, my prayers for her and all of her loved ones to stay cool, beat this heat. And so, business is a lot like playing tennis. You don't serve well, you lose. Now, that's the first one. The second one. Chance favors the prepared mind. So putting those two together. Business is a lot like playing tennis. If you don't serve well, you lose. Chance favors the prepared mind. So I'm getting this sense that you may feel like you're having to do something for other people coming up, but it's going to pay off. Don't begrudge it. It's going to be an opportunity for something. Just it's going to look like.
Keep your eyes open and your mind open too.
Yeah.
You know, there are folks in this world that said luck stands for labor under controlled knowledge.
Hmm.
So, you know, keep your eyes open and use what you know to take advantage of the situation.
Well, but especially, you know, if you don't serve well, you know, you lose.
Start strong,
Mm,
end strong.
but especially with regard to, you know,
Yeah.
You know, again, it's going to seem like, well, man, I'm just so, you know, needs help all the time, or, you know, I'm having to do this. Well, you know, it could lead to something
Right.
that will benefit you. So that's for Akira. And then Caleb. Oh, wow, also 2. Guess they were waiting for you guys. Okay, so Caleb, here's your first one. Charity begins at home and justice begins next door. Now there's another one here. And it says, do not seek so much to find the answer as much as to understand the question better. Wow. Caleb, there's something going on here. These two, so let me put them together. Charity begins at home and justice begins next door. Do not seek so much to find the answer as much as to understand the question
Let
better.
me translate that. Charity begins at home. Another word for charity is love.
Now, justice
Love begins at home. Justice begins next door. Don't mix the two. Justice is something you do away from the house. Don't put that attitude in your house.
Okay.
And before you go off half-cocked, you better understand what you're doing.
So don't jump on the first impression you get.
Yeah, as long as you understand everything, you know, and understand what's what and where it goes.
Yeah.
They're telling you to be very cautious here.
Yeah. Okay, and oh, hi Sobek says tell Darren I said hi and then I think he's awesome.
Love you too.
And let's see. Let's see. Okay, and kind of, you know, had just started today with taking a vegetarianism and is trying to figure out what to eat to not, you know, have any vitamin deficiencies. I can say this. They figured out that soy is good for you regardless of what gender you are.
Yes. Let me recommend some things very quickly. There's a website called GameChangers.org. Look up any Indian cuisine you can think of. They have a lot of vegetarianism there. Asian vegetarianism is different, but if you blend the two, you're going to be very, very good to go. But go to GameChangers.org. It may help you. There's also an excellent documentary called Game Changers.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I know. I'm just kind of scrolling back. sarcastic of saying I'll bug my grandma for some vegetarian recipes. She's been a Hare Krishna for decades and she's a good cook. Yeah, the Hare Krishnas are kind of an interesting bunch because they're not mainstream Hindu, but they're they end up kind of rubbing elbows with them a lot. Well, there was that one time. It's funny there because I know there's a group of them in Dallas, and we happened to be down in the West End for an anime con. We went to get some food, and they're just randomly having to be a Hare Krishna parade, and they were like throwing little bags of candies and stuff to us. We're like, okay, thanks. So, but they were like little nuts and dried fruit and stuff. And
Yeah.
So yeah, they're kind of an odd bunch, but that's can't go too much into that. But we got cookies for if we got fortunes for everyone, then we'll go ahead and wrap up. But
Cookies.
yeah.
Delicious.
Uh-huh. And as for ritual garb, okay, here's if there's a way to adopt canonical hours into our practice. I tell you what, there was a point in my life when we were both working and I was up when the sun came up, regularly. But that was many years ago and well before COVID.
And that was also in the before time.
Yes, that was in the before times. So it's kind of different now. But one thing I would suggest looking up, there's some keywords you can find if you want to find something that'll work for ritual garb, like on eBay, and maybe on Amazon, but I noticed Amazon tends to be kind of hit or miss, but look for a kaftan, Kaftan, or a white thobe, Thobe. That's something, it's Middle Eastern, but it'll give you like something that's kind of straight, long sleeves, and with a pocket, and might be something helpful, for and the other thing I noticed is it's easier to find stuff that accommodates big shoulders. I used to shop for Indian clothes, and they make things for girls that are like that big around, and I'm like, I'm not that big around anymore. So anyway. Oh, do you think we'll ever get to do a Kemetic parade? One day. We're going to do it one day. Okay, did you get Penguin's fortune cookie? No, not yet. Thanks for asking. You're probably not that penguin. But I'm just thinking birdies. Love our birdies. Penguin. Chill birdie. There we go. Okay, this one's for Penguin. Oh, no way. Penguin, this one, it's empty.
It's empty.
Well,
it's up to you.
Yes, you're a good cookie. As we say on here, the cookie's empty because you are the cookie.
It's up to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Would you all say veiling would be a good way to honor Osiris during the mysteries? I don't know about veiling yourself personally. That wasn't really something that the Egyptians did, the ancient Egyptians did, to my understanding. Now, what's funny is I think if you were to do more Mesopotamian, they did more of that. The veiling, as we understand it now, I think if you were to trace it back anywhere, it would be to the Assyrians. Now, here's the interesting thing with that. Under Assyrian law, if you were a married woman, you wore a veil, and that said that you were respectable. If you were not, a married woman, if you were a serving girl or a prostitute or something, you would get caned if you wore a veil in public. So that was a way of distinguishing the proper ladies from improper ones. Now, here's my thinking. Because when Islam spread, they said, all the women should veil, which we think of as like, oh, that's, they're trying to, shun the women and make them veil themselves. Well, what if it was actually a way of saying you're all equal, you can all veil yourselves? Doesn't matter if you're...
That's a historical question we don't know the answer to.
Right, well,
we don't know the answer to, but a practicing Muslim might. So
yeah, but what I'm saying, if you compare it with the historical background that they had, they might have been seeing it a different way.
Yeah, they probably are seeing it a different way for a different reason.
Yeah.
Not being Muslim, I wouldn't want to conjecture on what that is.
Fair enough. Yeah, but it's something that struck me. Because one of the ideas, one of the things that made Islam so revolutionary at that point in time was that they were trying to make everyone, they were trying to get rid of the class distinctions that existed in, Arabia at that point.
Right. At least certain class distinctions, the way they treated, women is a different matter entirely.
Yeah, well, my whole point is, and again, I'm not trying to get into like a whole thing on that, but I'm saying that, if you're missing a particular piece of information, then it looks different. So that whole thing about understanding the question, before you can, give an answer.
Right.
But that's my 2 cents on that. So, veiling statues in the Eastern. Now you're talking about, well, okay, yeah. But anyway, if that's it for now, then unless there's any other requests that I missed, just go ahead and tell me, and if not, then we'll go ahead and wrap everything up. But here we go. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Khepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix, and you knew. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset, in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Yunu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in the Cheru, endures. As the name of Sutek and Nibet, endures. The name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Djehutet in Kemenu endures. As the name of Ra in Yaket endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Osir, Anapu, Djehutet. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Osir, Anapu, Djehutet. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Huh. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? The thing with the veiling and where you're talking about veiling statues or veiling people, The other one I'm not that familiar with. If you wanted to share some information on that, you could, because actually I do know there are some people that like will take their statue like of Osiris for the Osiris Mysteries and wrap it up. And I've seen that done elsewhere. So you could if you wanted, but it's certainly not a I don't know of enough information to really make it a hard and fast rule. So, but as always, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you had a fun time, and I hope you all have a good weekend. And as always, we look forward to seeing you next week. And I hope to have some more great stuff on the channel for you soon. So, in the meantime, take care, and much love for everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see if Brian is available.
Okay. Yeah, we need to say something.
We should see him around 3:00 tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Much love, everybody.